Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode here on the PeerCraft server. So today we are down in level 9, which is directly below our Draconic fusion crafting system, because we need to set up some way to get power storage on the server. We use quite a large amount of power from that Draconic fusion crafting system, so we need to find a better way to store it because those capacitor banks are good for the crafting. But they're not good for saving power because we can only hold about 800 million RF right now without creating quite a large amount of them, and we don't want a room of just capacitor banks. So I came across something from two separate people in the last couple days here who are both using the same system, and it's actually this part of Draconic Evolution, which will be pretty nice. So it's this system right here with this energy core and these energy core stabilizers with blocks of redstone and blocks of draconium. And it stores quite a bit of energy. So to set this thing up, we need a little bit of a bigger area down here. And I'll probably set it up to be much larger than what we're going to initially create it as, just to kind of fit the form of the room a little bit better. And I need to get out of this hole. There we go. So I don't know how far we're going to go down, but we're going to cap it off with glass for now. I know the rest of this room is going to be ice, but the visible portions down here for now will just be glass, covered cobblestone, really. Nothing special, nothing pretty. So what we're gonna do is mine out this, and then once I've got this all mined out, cap it off with glass, and I'll bring you guys back. Okay, so I started mining, and then a thought occurred to me, so I stopped mining. That thought is, why am I not attempting to do this with a builder block? So that's what we're going to try to do. So I'll put the shape card in there. We'll put the capacitor bank on the side. Set that to input. Output, actually. I just checked on our Iscalium one, and I had that set to input, so it wasn't actually doing anything. So I want to make sure I set that correctly. Let's see if I can shift down. Nope. Let's try that again. Let's try this instead. Hey, there we go. All right, we'll stick the lever on here, like so. Like so. All right, come on. There we go. Things should not be as hard as I make them. I should probably just put a block there, and that would be the end of it. All right, so we'll do that, and then we'll do from this block here all the way down to bedrock. And that might be a little excessive. Oh, come on. Got some sweet ghost blocks here. Let's see if I can get out of here. There we go. Alright, so we want this one set to this piece of bedrock here. And this should drain all the power immediately? That's weird. Oh, okay, because it stores 10 million. So if we turn this on now... Yeah. Yeah, there we go. I don't know why I was mining that out. This is a million times easier. Let's see if we can get some night vision in here. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, no idea why I was mining this out by hand. It took me literally 2 minutes to make everything I needed for this, and it's just going to mine it all for me, and then I can stick this chest inside a diamond. Did it just stop? It probably ran out of power, didn't it? It did. Let's grab another one. I'm going to assume I can just go grab another one from here. Let's see if we can find one that's full. I don't think we're gonna. No, a lot of these are missing power now. Oh, this one's not. Let's grab that one right there. And we'll put it back after when we're done. Oops. Alright, so let's see if we can get this to stick on really easily. There we go. Yeah, there we go. Ooh, I don't think I have that mushroom yet. We'll take that. Ooh, another mushroom. And we're in some sort of cave. Was unaware there was a cave down here, but apparently there is. That shouldn't affect us too much. It's actually a really big cave. It's not out of power again, is it? Huh. I don't know why it's not doing this. I'll take a look. If not, I'll mine it by hand and I'll bring you guys back. Alright, so that's done. We're just going to grab this diamond chest now. Head up to our refined storage system. And on the elevator block. Oops. Grab that. Stop doing that. There we go. And we'll throw it in there. Perfect. And we'll never have to look at that again. It'll just hang out in our refined storage system. As long as it doesn't give us any errors. So we should be good to pick everything back up from over here now. I gotta stop doing that. There we go. So we'll grab all this. And we'll put that capacitor back now, because I will forget about that and wonder why my fusion crafting isn't working anymore. And it goes right here. 25 mil. There it is. Perfect. Now we got a hole. I'll fix the hole later. We got a hole over there too. But yeah, now we should be good to grab some stone and fill in all of these caves here. So I'll do that real quick. Alright, so I figured out why the builder wasn't mining anymore. The chest was full, so I just emptied out some of the chests and it started mining again. And I put an elevator block down there just so that we can easily get down there without having to break the glass every time. Because I just capped all of this off with glass so we didn't have to worry about anything. And I may put a giant torch down there, but I don't think anything can spawn on bedrock, so it shouldn't be an issue. But we should be good to start setting this up. And I need to stop hitting space while I'm on these blocks. So let's walk off. There we go. Alright, so I capped off, just in case, I capped off 20 blocks up, and it may be 19. I think that's 20. But this is where our scallium generator would end, about 5 blocks here. If we decide to put it down here later, which we might. I don't know yet, but it's a possibility that we will. So I didn't want to, have this thing be down there when we have to move it later. So I wanted to just stay here and not have to worry about it. But what I need to find out is how many blocks this is down to right about there. So that we can cut it in half and find out where we want this storage to be. I'm not exactly sure what the exact name is, but basically it's just Draconic storage. If I can find the tablet, there it is, I'll be able to say exactly what for sure it is. And we'll grab 64 cobblestone so we can vein mine it after. So in the Draconic manual, it should be right there, energy storage core. I don't know what this orange one is. This may be a higher tier, but basically this is the tiers. We're going to make 5, so we'll store 60 billion RF. I don't know what we need to be at for number 6 as far as size goes, but basically this is really easy to make, and your pylons will take energy in and out when you put glass on top, and you can run everything from there. So this is really easy to set up, and it's really easy to you forget about. You set it and it's done. That's it. You don't really need to touch it. And I put the cobblestone back. I need that. We'll do endstone so it sticks out a little bit better. But we got 64 blocks, so we just need to stop hitting space. So we just need to figure out how many blocks we're putting down here. So we're just going to stand here and pillar up. And then we'll subtract however many blocks we have left from what we had initially. which is 20. So we want to go down 10? 10, I guess. That's not an even number, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's about right, I believe. Yeah, we'll go down 2 more. Just because I gave us a lot more room with the Scallium generator. And honestly, we can dig into the wall here with the Scallium generator, so it doesn't need to be that big, I guess. And we can make this room bigger if we have to, because we're at the lowest level here. So everything down here is, we might run into a lava lake, but nothing other than that is going to be an issue. So we need to go 2 more blocks, and then this will be where we put our stabilizers. So I guess I'll put a piece of end stone in the back here. Right there. Yeah, that should be fine. I don't think we'll run into an issue with that. The end stone is just a marker. I'm going to mine it out after we set this up. But we should be good now to mine down a couple on that and then vein mine that. Perfect. So now we've got the level that these stabilizers are going to go at. We can go up there and craft them and get these put in with the core. So I'm gonna make the other 3 markers and then I'll meet you guys back down here with everything we need. Or actually, we'll craft it up there. I'll show you guys how to craft everything. And then we'll come back down here together and put these in. Alright guys, so let's get started on making those, what are they called? The stabilizers. Let's see, there they are. Alright, let's make the core first, actually. So we should have everything we don't. Figured we'd have everything we need, but we don't. We never do. Those are nether stars, so we need these cores first. We'll just make 8 of them. We'll just make a whole stack. Because why not? We may need them later. So let's see. Okay, now we can craft that core. So we should only need 2 of those. And then we can craft the core. Perfect. And I know we're going to need some redstone. So we'll grab some redstone blocks. And we'll grab some draconium blocks. I don't know if we'll need more than 64. We probably will. So let's just craft a bunch. Yeah, that should be enough. And we'll grab another stack of redstone just in case. I have no idea how much resources this is going to take. I'm hoping this will be enough. But I set up a blaze spawner system at our old guardian spot. But I kind of set it up. The chest was all full. And so we had a full 3x3 diamond chest. So I set up 4 blaze spawners down here. And one of the resturbed spawner. That's a weird word to say. We set up a resturbed spawner with 20 upgrade speeds in there. So this should spawn very quickly. One of them's escaping. Let's see if we can escape. No. Of course, it hits me back down. Yeah, alright. Let's get out of here. There we go. So we should get blaze rods pretty quickly from that. We had like 80 in our system, and I hooked that up like 10 minutes ago. So all the spawners going at once, we should have a pretty steady supply of blaze rods to do this. Let's see how many we have. 382, so it's going pretty quickly. And I also have a blaze rod chicken, which I could have been using this whole time. So I'm glad I made a whole stack, because we are going to need these. So we'll make a whole stack of these, which is in excess. We do not need a whole stack of those, but we're going to make it. And then we'll grab a whole stack of the energy core stabilizers. So basically all you're going to need to make these, I mean, is the draconic ore, the draconic cores, which you need 4 draconium ingots, 4 gold, and 1 diamond to make, times 64. I made an excessive amount of these. All you need is 36 to make a level 5. If you're making up to a level 4, I believe, you only need one on each side, so you only need 4 of these in total. But level 5, it jumps up to needing 9 on each side for a total of 36, I believe. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's 36. So we'll start making this. Hopefully I can do this right. I've never done this before, and I've only seen a portion of this being done. So hopefully I'm doing this correctly here. So the first thing we need to do is set up the core. So we'll come out 8 blocks from here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then the core. And that should do it. So we'll mine these. And then I don't really know... Oh, I turned this off. Let's turn this back on. Okay, so we picked all those back up. I don't really know how to turn this on to see what we need. Oh, build guide inactive. Okay. There we go. And we want... that. Oh, okay, there we go. Now it'll show me. Perfect. And we can place these stabilizers right here, just like this. This may be a little close, but that's fine. And that's perfect. Okay, so it turns into this sweet circle like this. But yeah, basically you just keep placing these down. Just like so. And this is a pretty easy system to install and set up. It's an expensive storage system for power. However, you'll never need anything other than this for power. Because the tier we're making stores that 60 billion. And I took the tablet off me. But yeah, so it stores the 60 billion on power. So we'll never need anything more than that. And I think we need to go out 2 redstone blocks here. So that should be good. So 2 redstone blocks there. These ones just like this. So basically, we're just doing a lot of placing now. I think it only needs to come out 1 more on each side here. Perfect. Then this should be pretty easy to place the rest, because we shouldn't have to hold shift at all to place any more of these, aside from maybe the one that goes on the top. Perfect. And then up 2. Up 2 on all of these. And it's kind of weird how it shows you like where you place everything. It just like looks weird because it's not a redstone block obviously, but if you have poor lighting in a room, that may make it very difficult to see where you need to place the blocks and what's a block you've already placed and what isn't. There we go. 1 more here, and then 9 more. I think we need 10. I think 1 goes on the top too. Which means we may have missed 1 on the bottom if that's the case. No, I don't think we did. Okay, so it goes just like that. And then how many blocks was that? That was 6, 15, 80? 80 blocks of redstone? That's a pretty big one, actually. I don't know how far out we can go. With the amount of room we have in here. But if we can make a bigger core, we will. But like I said, this is plenty big. We actually may never need 60 billion RF if we fill this thing up, which I plan to. We should never need any more storage than we've got. At 60 billion. It'll be very difficult to use that. So let me place these side ones first here. Then we'll go on the bottom. Oops. Almost missed that one. And I think that's most of the side ones. And this should automatically start working. Once we get all these in and we hit activate, it should automatically turn on. We'll just have to... There's one more thing you need to actually get it to fully work, but it should... Again, I know I keep saying this. It should automatically work. Hopefully I don't have to do any kind of troubleshooting with this, but it seems like it's a very easy system to set up. It's just an expensive system to set up. So that should do it. I don't think we're missing any blocks. And now we should be able to come over here. Core not found. Why not? It's right there. It's literally right there. Did I put this in the wrong spot? Oh, I did. How did I mess the core up? It looks like this one's in the right spot. Just these two. It looks like this one's in the right spot too. Is it just this one? No, that one's right. How did I mess up just this one block? Okay, so we'll move this real quick. Luckily, we just need to break these three and replace them right here, I think. I don't know how I messed that up, but I did. Hey, there we go. Let's tier it up real quick. You know, I think we can tier it up one more level. We're just not going to right now. Ooh. Ooh. I don't know if that'll work. Yeah, so this is tier 8. We may have to dig out the room a little bit more, which I'm okay with. It even comes underneath where the Iscalium reactor would absolutely hit maximum. But, yeah, this is the level 8 core. It's pretty freaking massive, so we definitely don't need anything like that. But we should be able to hit activate now. Yeah, there we go. So that's up and running, and it shouldn't have any... Yeah, there we go. So it holds up to 59.3 billion RF. It's at 0 now, of course. But we can activate and deactivate this. And if you install this system on your own world or anything like that, just know that when you activate and deactivate this, it's fine. You can do that. However, if you want to move this setup, that core in the middle will continue to hold the RF that's in there. So now it's got 0. But if I had 3 billion RF in there and I wanted to move this, as long as I don't turn it on before I got it back to tier 5 and set up like it is now, it'll keep that 3 billion RF. So feel free to activate and deactivate this, no issue, if you got some stuff you need to do. But I think I may not do it on video, or I might try to do it in a live stream. But I think when we tier this up, I don't think I'll put it in an episode, just because I might have to be finicky with it. But it's in there now, and I think it looks pretty good with the room. Oh. As long as we don't lose night vision. But I think that looks pretty good. And when we dig out these walls here and replace it with ice, maybe we can tier it down. Like we're in the deepest level of our base, aka the deepest level of hell. So I don't know. Maybe we'll tier down the ice colors. Like we'll have like regular ice on the top and packed ice in the middle, and like the dark gray ice that's kind of came from Biomes of Plenty at the bottom. I don't know how we're gonna set it up, but I'll probably have one more layer of ice down there to cover up the bedrock for sure, not just on the walls. But I think that looks pretty good. That's a pretty nice setup. There's just one more thing we have to do, and I'm just going to do some double checking on how exactly we set this up and how we can get it to work. But I'll do that, and I'll bring you guys back if it works and it's ready to set up. Alright, so we're down here underneath this thing now. So I just made 2 energy pylons. And you make these pretty easily. 2 pieces of emerald, an eye of ender, a diamond, and only 1 draconic core with 4 pieces of draconium ingots. Get you 2 of these. So they're not very expensive. And I think we can set this up just like this. If we put both of these right here, and there's glass on the top. And that might be the wrong kind of glass. It might have to be this type, which is why I grabbed both. Yep. I was right. So the type of glass matters. It can't be clear glass. So we want one of these to input and the other one to output. And I may need to click on the ball. Yep, look at that. Awesome. So I made I didn't make it. I snagged it from our alloy smelter. I moved our alloy smelter so that we can grab this and use it. So if I stick this here, oh, it's putting power in, and this one's sucking power out. That's working pretty nicely. It's probably not doing very much. Yeah, okay, so I assume this is going to do something weird. Because it's like outputting the same amount of power it's inputting. But what I need this to do is, yeah, see, it's doing weird stuff. But I need this to input power from over here. So pull power from there and push power to there. And it's doing even, so I wonder if we do that, it'll shut it off, yeah. And it's probably using power somewhere else, actually. So let me go check. That's not an elevator. That's an elevator. So they're probably using a bunch of power over here. That one's not doing anything. This one's not doing anything. Okay, this one's got the dimensional transceiver on it. Oh, wow. I did not think it was going to do that. Okay, this might be an actual issue with this system. It's going to draw power out of those conduits. I need to separate these systems. Can I do that? Let's do power. So this one only receives power. It doesn't send it. So I don't want this one to... I want them to do both, actually. So I need it to send and receive. And it's fluctuating pretty good. And I must have clicked this to... I'm on the wrong side, that's why. Okay, I need this to output power. Am I doing that backwards? No. Okay. So there we go. All right, that's what I wanted. And it's kind of stationary. Okay. I'm going to take a look at this, figure out what I'm doing wrong, because this should be at 500 million RF, or 500,000 RF all the time, but it's not. So I'm going to take a look, see what I'm doing wrong, and I'll be back once I figure that out. Okay, guys, so I think I figured out a solution. So if we run down here, I just have one of these set up. I've got this thing set to receive power but not send. I'll have to look into it further, but for whatever reason, if I've got only one hooked up, if I set it to send and receive power, for some reason it kind of messes up on me. Not every time, but a lot of the times it does. So I'll have to look into that, because I should be able to set this to receive, and it does, and it maxes out. But then it stops when it kind of maxes out, so which is what we want it to do. However, when I've got the other one down here, it does really weird stuff. When you set them both up, neither one seems to work at all. So I guess we'll just leave it as this right now. It looks like we're sending about 100,000 RF per tick when it maxes out. Right now we're using a lot of the power elsewhere, but yeah, I think with our scallium generator right now we're doing pretty good. I I really don't want to use nether stars. I don't want to buy nether stars, so I think I'll just leave it as this and just keep it running all the time. However, there's one more thing I want to do with this system, and I've set it up and I've tested it already on one of them. However, not more than that. So we need 4 of these and some glass. We only need 3 pieces of glass. I just can't make 3 of these, so. But we'll grab 4 in case I screw this up, I guess. So we'll head down to level 9, where I've kind of dug out an area here. And we're going to set these up on these capacitor banks, just like so. So when we do this, it's going to do that. Perfect. And I need to dig out a little walkway in the back here. We'll do it with this one so it's a little faster. But now we can walk around this. When I turn this on, it should be... That's going to take power in? In. Okay. So it's going pretty fast right now for putting power into the vibrant capacitor, but it's maxed out. So I don't know if there's a cap on this, but I want to find out. So what we're going to do, I dug a tunnel to and from all of these. So we'll stick that like that, put the piece of glass right there, turn it on. That one's full. Is that on? I think orange is on, yeah, okay. I always mix that up. I already put the one here. This is the one I tested out to make sure it would pull far enough. We'll do that, set it to orange, and that one's full already as well. So all of these are full, which is awesome. However, here's the plan here, and I'll have to dig out more of this. But I want to run 50, and I think I'm doing the math right on this. 56 vibrant capacitors. We've got 36 in here already. So I want to run another 56 through the top here, connecting all of these together, which is going to take a lot of resources. 56 vibrant capacitors banks at 4 octadic capacitors is 224 octadic capacitors, which is about 1,000 electrical steel, 224 emeralds, 9. You need 1 vibrant alloy each in order to make one of the vibrant crystals. So basically, this is going to take a lot of resources to put together. Resources we just do not have right now. So I might set up our scallium farm for a while and see if we can buy some materials from people that they, might not necessarily be selling, but we can maybe coax them into selling to us to try to get this operational. But I'm gonna see if I can do some math real quick, and I'll get back to you in a sec. So with 90 something, we got 36 and 956, so 94 vibrant capacitor banks. We will per tick do 2.3 million, which is insane. If I'm doing the math on that correctly, which I think I am. That's a pretty insane amount of RF per tick that we're gonna do. So I think we're gonna make that our next step. I may work on that in our live stream that we're doing, but yeah, that's gonna be a hefty task. So I'll see what we can do. Let me see how much vibrant alloy we've got now. I think we've got like 9. We've got 8. We got a lot of vibrant crystals though, so that might be pretty easy to do. And for energetic alloy, we've only got 158. We're gonna need twice as many vibrant capacitors. We're gonna need twice as many of the, I don't even remember what it's called. this one here, the double layer capacitor, as we do the octadic capacitor. And we need, geez, what was it? We need 224 of the vibrant alloy. So we're going to need 400 and, the octadic capacitor. So we're going to need 448 of the double layer capacitors, which we need 2 vibrant alloy, or 2 energetic alloy for. So we need 896 energetic alloy. So I guess I'm going to need to go get some glowstone. We've got the gold for it, but I'll have to go get some goldstone here and start getting going on making that. But like I said, that's going to take a while, and we'll probably have to upgrade this system pretty soon. But yeah, I put the alloy smelter here. It's going to draw direct power, so I'm going to start getting going on that. And hopefully by the next episode, we'll have that system down there, and I can boast about that and have you guys check that out. But this is a pretty long episode setup. It took me about 2 days to get everything going and collected for this. So I'm pretty happy with the results that we had from this, and hopefully we can maybe upgrade that resource energy module further to tier 6. I don't know if we need any more of the stabilizers to do that, but I'll figure that out on another time. But yeah, like I said, that's going to do it for this episode. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. I definitely enjoyed making this episode and setting up that system in our now like 10th level of the base, I guess, technically. But we're just going to ignore that that's there, I guess, and count it as one level. But I hope you guys enjoyed it, and don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more content. And I'll see you guys in the next episode here on the PeerCraft server.